In this segment, I'm going to just give a few little tidbits about composition and picking your colors when you're choosing your color palette. I have this photograph here which is horizontal, and then my paper is also a horizontal rectangle. Now if I take my viewfinder and I want to come in and crop, just maybe do a lot more about the figure, and I end up having that piece there, you'll notice that they're not quite proportional. If I have this becomes, let's say, actually let me use the square. That'll be a better example. So if I'm using the viewfinder and I like this image, this is a square and then this is the rectangle, you want to make sure that your original image and your final paper are proportional. If one's a square, the other one should be a square. If one is a rectangle, the other one should be a rectangle. And in this case, if I had, well, this is basically proportionate, so I'm okay with the two of these. And there are different ways to do proportions. One thing you can do is take your picture and put it in the corner of your picture with the corner of your paper, and do a straight line. Now you can see that that picture and that piece of paper are proportionate to each other because I started out in this corner, went through this corner, and went through that one. I also can use what's called a proportion wheel, a proportion scale. So if I have my original picture is, let's say, 4 by 6, I go ahead and I come up with 6 inches by 4 inches, and then anything that is on this is proportionate basically to my 4 by 6. So that's a good way to not get too frustrated with creating an image that looks like the original photograph or the original landscape. And of course, if I were out on a river or painting plein air, I could use this viewfinder to crop a composition in front of me, and that works as well. You can also just use little pieces of tape to make sure it doesn't move, and then you've got it. So now I'm going to talk a little bit about color, and I'm using again this photograph of the swimmer in the bright blue water with my red paper. So I know, because of color theory, I have my the blue turquoise water and this reddish orange paper. And this is going to work well together. You can actually see how that turquoise jumps off of that. So now what I want to do is just kind of look around here with my paper and then with my image, and I start to pick colors that I think might go with it. And what I do when I'm pasteling is I'll just pull them up like so. Of course, that's going to give me a good skin color. I like the lighter blues in here. Sennelier makes some great metallic colors, and so I might end up using a little sparkle in that. Of course, I have my whites and lights, but now I need to look for some other colors. This is a brighter turquoise, and even though you don't see this bright of a turquoise in there, because I'm laying an overlapping color, it's really important that I have some of this in there. And you can see the difference as well. This is a great example of a brighter color, a duller color, a little bit of a darker color as well. So I'm going to leave these up. And just really nice to sometimes even squint. I've seen some artists who will take a piece of red plastic, like red mylar, and that really shows the value. If you're kind of new to color and you're not quite sure which the lights are, which the darks are, you get caught up in the color itself, you could take a sheet of the red mylar and use it around your pastels, and it will give you a truer sense of the value. That's what's good for that. But it just is really nice in the beginning to go ahead and start picking out some of your palette. And like even this color, even though I don't see it in here, I know I'm going to probably use that as a little bit of a surprise color in there. And I can just take my little sample paper, and you can see how that works really well, and that's going to just show through a bit. So hopefully this helped a little bit with color and how to use it, how to pick it.